Hello and welcome to the first instalment of the proper series.
It's the second
Sport
installment.
fishing.
Vince.
No, first
The
was
other
a
one-
pilot episode.
Yeah, the other's a pilot.
It was a pilot
Well,
episode.
the live
Yeah.
pilot, anyway.
Okay, well, the first one with a guest.
Yes!
Yes.
We have
first
Raetac here.
episode
Well rescued.
with a guest.
Go on, why don't you tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel as a starting point?
Okay, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/Raetac Rages. I've been on YouTube for the last 2.5 years doing variety games. I went on a bit of a binge of Minecraft in the last 6 months, but I'm trying to inject some more variety back into my channel. And I generally live stream on Twitch for 2 days a week, and I actually live stream to YouTube and use those as my episodes.
Okay, well, that Minecraft binge is relatable. We did that for about 3 years, though.
Yeah.
I love Minecraft, but like getting everyone else
yeah.
to play Minecraft is the issue.
We don't want to
Well,
play it anymore. Once you played
Vanilla
Survival,
is
20
boring. Modern
Well, but
Minecraft's
even the
where
mod
it's at.
packs.
Yeah, well we've played like so many different mod packs. We played Resonant Rise 2, Resonant Rise 3. Right now, actually, what we tend to focus on is the the quest ones.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly
we
what I do.
completed. We completed Blast Off.
Blast Off, I didn't actually really like that
I
much
missed that
because
one.
due to the hardcore nature of the basically the hydration and all that sort of stuff. It's like,
Yeah, it was a
Well,
little
hang on,
bit
that was
like you
Crash
go in
Landing.
those things
My
expecting it to be hard, but
Similar to
Anyway.
Crash Landing, though.
yeah.
The one was
Crash
so
Landing
hard
was a
that we
bit-
never
yeah.
got past the first few hours of gameplay because it just killed us all,
literally we uploaded one episode of Crash Landing and that's it.
and it just killed us off on that first episode. We
Yeah.
couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. That's the one where you had to. There's the water, isn't it?
We had to
Or you need to
basically
play-
no, yeah, it's got the environment mod on it. We had to basically sort of figure out a way to work in the fact that we were all dead into a storyline because we were also doing it. We were doing role playing sort of thing in
Some
it.
Oh,
reason.
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason.
Probably my idea.
Yeah,
But-
it
Yeah,
all
actually,
kind of
roleplay's
ended up
a good
being
way
weird
to go.
with clones and everything.
I mean, that's
Role
what people
playing
We
do.
always
is
seem to
alright.
try and give it a shot, don't we? But then we just.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I was alright at the role play before. But...
The issue is, eventually, we get to a point where Josh decides he doesn't want to roleplay anymore. And we kind of have to just jump off the roleplay wagon. And we can't really kick him out of it suddenly.
Yeah, and then everything goes downhill, and then the episodes don't end up getting uploaded, and then we just give up.
Oh,
That's
fair
what
enough.
happens most of the time.
Jurassic Craft.
I've actually did a
Jurassic
pretty serious,
Craft.
like a semi-serious roleplay of Regrowth, but I'm waiting for that pack to update. Seriously, waiting
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah,
a lot of the
Regrowth.
I
packs
tried
update.
playing that literally the other day. We got pretty far on regrowth before I kind of gave in. But
All me and David did was farm, I think, for the
well, that's all you do in regrowth. That's the thing. You farm every. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute. Regrowth, was that not the one that we got really far through? And me and Josh actually completed the pack.
Yeah, that's the one.
So we
I
had
think
two
we're getting
separate
close
teams.
towards the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Next
It was
update.
separate.
Because me and Josh got
they're
highest
injecting
tier.
Millionaire into that. If you, I
That
don't
is
know if you've
awesome,
played
actually. I
the
love the
Millionaire mod
mods.
before, but that's going to be like.
Yeah, that's the one that implements towns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
proper towns.
NPC
where you have to
is
get
it?
mine for them and
It's a
stuff.
very old mod. It's from beta,
Yeah,
like 1.7.
I don't think I've actually
So
played
it's the
this.
one that's French. I know
Yes,
it's French.
that's the
isn't
one.
it?
I remember using it back in the really early beta stages, and it was terrible. I did not like that mod at all back then.
I love
There's
that
nothing
one.
to it.
I loved it back then.
addicted to it. Yeah.
But
It-
yeah,
it was
that's
proper
pretty
grind.
much what it is. So
Okay, well, we're a YouTube channel that does nothing.
Yeah,
We do stuff.
we
uh,
have-
Actually, yeah. You need to upload half
you are
Yeah.
a cooperation type podcast channel, I take it.
Yeah, we have a lot of people involved that we need to try and get to pull their weight, which doesn't
Well,
really
there's,
work out.
there's the three of us on the main channel, which is the three of us on this call,
Mhm.
and then there's a side channel which I haven't uploaded anything to in about half a year, which was mine and Bob's channel. And I kind of sort of left that one as a side project and went focused on the main channel a bit more. And then there's also like I guess Finley, he's got his channel going.
Yeah.
Mr. Finley W. He was.
He's got
side-
pretty interesting videos
He
actually.
was a side member.
He's not
Yeah,
bad,
he's
Yeah.
he's got
he's a
really
partner.
creative videos.
He's a partner in the Creative Fish Network, which doesn't
Mhm.
exist but will.
Yeah. Yeah. The idea was that, like, you know the Yogscast.
Yep.
Like, it was like, so we would be like the Lewis and Simon. The main channel would be like the Lewis and Simon channel,
Yep,
and then we'd have other channels like Sips and all that, and it would all connect up in a big network. Obviously, it's getting to the point where we're not popular and we can't find people to join us.
The thing is, we need to focus on growing the main channel before we actually start branching out into side channels and sub channels and other things.
Well, I've always been a solo player, so.
Yeah, I mean, I just find, particularly with Minecraft, which is where I really like, I just find solo on Minecraft a little bit dull.
Well, no, I have respect for people that can do solo. It's hard to make a commentary out of talking to yourself.
Actually, I've been really enjoying solo commentaries.
I've tried it, and I can't seem to figure out what to say in that sort of situation.
I always end up like being just silent or just talking about like nothing, just like filling.
Your solo commentaries leave a lot to be desired.
Basically, your thought process as
you're
you're
narrating
playing
it, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just basically narrating it. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all it is.
The only game I ever did a successful solo play of was The Last of Us, I think, and that was only because it was just there was always something to scream or shout about happening. So it made it easier to do it. I see why PewDiePie got popular.
Well, he had a few other
Last
things.
of Us. That was that the PlayStation one, isn't it? The zombie one with the fungus people.
Story based.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. That had an update, didn't it? HD edition update. Sure?
Oh, is it actually HD?
So
I think so. Something happened.
I'm always wary of HD updates.
Yeah. Oh, Age of Empires HD. That happened a lot.
This is not HD.
That's annoying.
Don't tell us this is HD.
They just uploaded and they just literally put it online and just sold it for more money.
Yeah. It worked. We all bought it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I never owned the
original.
There's the the Baldur's Gate HD release, which I bought and I consequently haven't played, along with a lot of the other games I bought and haven't played.
Oh yeah, Steam is just full of those games that you buy and don't play.
I think mainly Humble Bundle is the reason for that.
I do it on Steam sales. I see a game and I'm like, oh yeah.
I have issues. I see a deal, and I think it's a very good deal. I will buy it compulsively for no reason other than it's a good deal. Eventually, I'll play that game. 2 years later, haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
I think I've still got Fallout New Vegas after 3 years. Haven't played it.
I've played about the first half an hour. New Vegas.
I mean, I've played through the entire game, but on Xbox. I have not played through the expansions.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I can get into the Fallout games.
I'm personally a huge Bethesda fan.
Yeah,
I have played every Fallout religiously. I've played every possible outcome, all side missions. Just done absolutely everything. Same for the Skyrim Elder Scrolls series.
I love Skyrim is what launched my channel.
Skyrim is a great game. It's got a lot of good content in it. It's a big game.
It's a beautiful game. I think is the point. It's really aesthetically pleasing.
Not to mention it being such a huge game.
Yeah, and then you can mod the crap out of it. Yeah.
Some of the things that happen when you mod that game, though, are just
you can turn Skyrim into Elsewhere, right?
Some of the mods on that with Thomas the Tank Engine Dragons.
Oh yeah.
That's the one, yeah. Jeez.
Pulling up on top of the castle with the Thomas the Tank Engine theme tune blasting in the background.
Speaking of modding Skyrim, I have never actually played Skyrim vanilla. Ever.
Really?
I bought it and I modded it the first day I got it.
I think the saddest part is that every single playthrough of Skyrim I've done was mainly vanilla.
Yeah, I've never modded Skyrim. Never done it.
So many times I played vanilla.
I keep thinking I will do it, but like, it's never happened.
Admittedly, before I actually started my YouTube career, or even it's not even a career. Scratch that.
It's not considered a career unless you're earning the YouTube money.
Yeah.
Well, I earn $20 a
Hobby
month.
project.
Hobby.
It's like it's a good start.
It's more than us.
We've earned $4 in a year. So.
I think we top at about
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. My original channel has earned me $100.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
After I've had that $100, and that's it. That's where I started. That's my career in YouTube. I made a tutorial video on how to make graphical art.
Basically,
Yeah.
if you're getting into YouTube, you're doing it for one reason, because you want to. You can't do it for the money. You could have done it for the money about 5 years ago when it was kind of newish, but nowadays you just got to do it because you want to do it.
The
Or you
money
have to
side
do it.
isn't there now. I mean, there's the chance you get lucky, but like it's so remote. You might as well buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's basically yeah. Basically, it's my lottery ticket, isn't it?
Well, I think the thing that you want the most from doing YouTube is probably just to entertain people.
Exactly.
Like, you don't really start it because you want to record videos and put them onto the internet, because there's no purpose really behind that other than trying to have other people enjoy your content.
I called it.
Called it. What do you do?
Something came from the video.
happened.
Yeah, something happened. Yeah, it is. It's getting, you can't. If you make a video, you want people to see it, or else it's just a bit wasted. You can't just feel as if it's. I mean, it depends if you have like fun making a video
I don't
itself.
mind. I mean, I do have fun making like my solo commentaries on Hearthstone. I do like making them, just like I have fun making them. But at the same time, there's been a couple of people who have said, "Oh, we actually really like this series. Can you do more?" That does make me a little bit, sort of happy.
Yeah, but you let them down.
I have let them down because I haven't actually.
Yeah, someone is offering to do subtitles for you, Gab.
Are they?
In Japanese.
Japanese, so
Is he
that they
actually
can share
offering
with their
to
friends
The
as well.
whole video has Japanese subtitles now.
Awesome! I didn't even know this.
I told you.
I
told you. Oh, Jesus.
I just want to ask, did you go
for
on
it.
Google Translate and check those subtitles are legit, just in case they really were messing with you and they put like,
Oh yeah.
I am a dickhead. I am so bad at Hearthstone as the subtitles.
No,
they would not be wrong.
No, I had a few.
to be
I
honest,
had a
I
few
mean-
rounds of Hearthstone. Admittedly, I like the game. It's just never really grabbed me. It's like you really need to like spend time with it. A lot of games nowadays, there's like time sink. It's like, yeah, it's a quick little game, but if you play it more, you can get other things. It's like, yeah.
My view of Hearthstone is that I came from playing Magic, not like I wasn't very good at it. I had,
Actually,
so,
Magic
Hearthstone's a lot
was one of
easier
my
from that respect.
card games of old, because I am old. I'm 41.
Yeah,
Old person on the internet. Yeah.
we played it in school. We started getting into it, but the problem I found it was just too much money. It was too much money for a game I didn't play often enough.
Absolutely.
But like my
the
friend
CCGs,
goes to
man.
tournaments and everything. He's got
Money
loads.
sink.
Yeah.
How much money I
But
sunk into
Hearthstone-
buying like boxes of cards for Magic. It's like,
Then again, I say that, but like the amount of money I've spent in Hearthstone is ridiculous.
yeah.
How much have you spent in Hearthstone?
A
Then
lot.
again, actually, the amount of money David's probably spent in League of Legends.
I actually did a totaling of that. Okay, keeping in mind all of this is visual. Nothing is game enhancing whatsoever. I have spent a
cosmetics.
total of £375 on League of
So
Legends.
the
Glorious.
subtitle of this
Jesus
is
Christ.
David is vain.
Yeah, basically, I have bought
Oh, dear.
insane amounts of skins and just other stupid shit on that game.
And when
And
you
when
say
you look back at it after having a week, the novelty wears off, and you're like, why the fuck did I spend £20 on this skin just because it looks like a chihuahua?
and when he says he's spent loads of money on skins, he's not even talking about League of Legends anymore.
What?
He's talking about IRL.
I bought myself a new skin. I have to change it on a daily basis to make sure I keep up my complexion.
Yeah.
In secret,
He's-
it's
he
got
doesn't
to
want
be
to
Fabulous,
tan.
David.
actually a mummy, so my body just kind of rots away after a day or two.
I
Charming.
think I think I spent minus money on League of Legends just because of that
Minus?
one skin.
You bought it
Yeah,
for
I
free?
ended up. No, I got money from it.
He played for a while, and at the end of every season, if you're above a certain ranking, you were gifted a special skin as like a prize for doing well. And it so happens that the year he got this skin for turned out to be one of the rarest skins in the history of the game, at worth along the lines of £70 for that alone. He got it for free just for playing the fucking game.
Nice. So yeah,
sold
so
it for
actually
snap.
it paid for itself and then made me probably about £50 on top of it. I was like, wow, all right, yeah. But then there were 3 stars.
do it.
It took ages. But yeah,
So,
Yeah,
you guys,
That's
how
silent.
did you guys start?
that's silence.
Minecraft, really, I guess.
So,
I think if we're talking full origins, Gam's
Yeah.
from a different area. You and Josh were doing YouTube together to start with.
Well, yeah, okay. So
That's-
full
yeah.
origins. Me and Bob met in a community of a Minecraft community, which is no longer going anymore. But we, yeah. So that's where me and Bob met, and Bob met Vince through friends, I think, through mutual friends.
Oh no, Josh, God, that was a long time ago.
That was back on Left 4 Dead and Gmod, right? With Alex. There was another
Jordan?
wasn't
So
it?
was his name Jordan?
Elliot. Was Elliot? Oh yeah, I met him through Jordan. That's it. It was one of Jordan's friends, which was one of David's friends. Yes, I remember now.
Yeah.
No, it was
Something like that.
David knew Jordan. I knew David. David
I
knew
went to
Jordan.
school with
Jordan
Jordan
knew
when I was young.
Alex. Alex knew Josh. And that was
Yeah.
yeah.
Now
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys know each other IRL, right?
I know David properly.
Yeah.
IRL.
We know each other
Cursed
IRL.
you've been cursed to know Vince all your life.
Yes. Well, not all.
No.
The last
What,
like
is it
8 years.
Last 8 years.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I
It's a
think
bit
it was.
easier when your
So the start of the
country's,
channel. Our first video.
Go on.
Yeah,
Someone
it's, a
speak.
little, it's a little bit easier when your country's a little bit smaller. You can
Yeah.
actually travel to people's
Yeah,
houses
our
in about an hour
country
or
is
so.
pretty small in terms of country sizes.
Well, I hadn't actually realised just how big Australia was. I
Oh yeah,
I looked
I'm
on the
pretty sure
map,
it's the biggest. No, it's not the biggest. Russia is, but it's one of the biggest.
I
It's
took Australia because whenever you look at it on the map, you look at it and you go, "It's only an island. It's got to be quite small, right?" Yeah.
only an island. Only an island the size of a
So you
continent.
go, well, fuck! It's like double the size of Europe, nearly.
It's not. It's not double the size of Europe.
No,
I've
it's
seen,
not. It's big.
It's actually about the same size as Europe. I've seen a map of Australia superimposed onto Europe, and they're about the same size. And also, it's about the same size as the US. So that kind of gives it a little bit of perspective in terms of country size.
See,
I find it weird how it's winter there. That's why it's kind of hard. It's the fact that it's winter, isn't
Is that
it?
really what you can't
just-
wap your tiny little mind around? The fact
Wait,
that
is it winter in Australia?
Yeah.
What?
It's
Exactly.
cold here, man.
It's just
Jeez. You guys might be sweating
saying
it out
you're
up there.
a
Bring
fanboy.
the heat back down, please. Freezing our asses off here.
We hardly ever get heat. This is our heat. Go away.
We get rain.
We get rain.
We need all the heat
Yeah.
you can get around here.
It's actually
Admittedly, we
pretty
don't
hot
get snow,
today.
but it's just way too dry.
Do you not get snow?
Well,
I always imagine
in some
that
mountainous
gets-
areas we get snow, but yeah, everywhere else it's just either rain or just freezing cold.
I always imagine it being that once in like every few year phenomenon where you will get snow and everyone will celebrate it and be really
Yeah,
happy.
whenever I've
No.
pictured Australia, I've pictured Australia covered in snow.
It's like a little Christmas film.
I don't
It'll be
think
Christmas
I've ever
Day and the
been-
snow will come and everyone will start celebrating and being happy.
No, it would never come on Christmas Day. July maybe, but not Christmas Day.
Yeah, because remember, their Christmas is in summer.
Oh right, yeah, you said about you said about Christmas in summer. Is that
Yeah,
25th
that's
of
the
December? So yeah.
Oh man, to have a warm Christmas day.
Yeah, novelty.
I still
We
can't-
we used to. My family had this tradition where we'd basically go down to the beach on Christmas Day, and
That's been warm.
yeah, I remember going in the water one time and it was pretty damn cold.
Ouch.
Understandably, this is England.
Why would you go to the beach during Christmas? What?
It's just what we did.
That's a really interesting.
Never
like-
claimed it made sense.
That's really okay. Yeah. Yes, it is true. You never claimed, yeah.
I live in a different country to you guys. We have different customs.
Yeah, Wales. Wales. They're Welsh. And they're coal mines.
So yeah, they don't exist anymore.
I almost took a shot. I almost took a shot at the
Manufacture-
sheep population for a minute there.
Oh,
Almost took a shot at the sheep population, but I'm not going to do it because it's.
well, you just did it.
No, I didn't.
You did it twice.
No. It was suggested that I would have, but I didn't. I said I would. It's not done. It's said that I done.
Okay.
It's like theoretically asking if you're a dickhead or not. It's not me calling you a dickhead. It's me asking if you're a dickhead.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, so
Sure,
that,
yeah,
that's
I know,
the
that's
Crazy
whatever.
Fish gaming group, how they started off. So, what keeps you going? Apart from just like getting the odd person like commenting on the videos and stuff.
It makes me come back. He makes me come back. He threatens me.
It's actually, yeah. What goes on behind the scenes is actually Vince is quite a threatening, controlling person.
Is that it? I just force you to. I'm like, so David, you haven't made
We've
a
all wanted
video.
to quit for years.
You haven't made a video, David.
My participation in the channel's actual output has been pretty minimal in the past few months. Which is unfortunately the repercussions of getting a job and working full time.
But now you don't have a job, so you can start doing YouTube again.
I've got a job.
He has a job again.
I have a job again. It's not full time, but I have a job nonetheless.
Well, that shouldn't stop you if you're that ambitious enough. That I work 40 hours a week and I have done so pretty much right through my YouTube hobby as soon as it started, pretty much. And there are times I actually manage to like upload once a day. It takes a hell of a lot of organization.
Daily content was something we were gonna do, and then I don't know. Vince for some reason said we're not gonna do it. So
I never actually said we weren't going to do it. It's just the fact that I think every single series we tried to start off, which was daily, ended up being that we just gave up after like episode 3. And then,
I just didn't want to argue with Vince because I thought he might try and cut my fingers off or something. So
yeah, I just go around your house with like a cricket bat, break your legs.
Yeah.
Now making daily videos.
And anyway, the main issue with my content that I released on the channel, mine was actually the first video to ever be released. I'm pretty sure. It was a montage of clips from just various League of Legends games. And the issue with that is it takes at least like 6 odd hours of gameplay in order to find just a few funny clips, and then it's the editing that follows. Yeah, it take a few days of production around work to at least get the video ready to be uploaded.
To be honest, that is one of the best things about a Minecraft Let's Play, is the lack of editing needed. Like, you, like, unless it's really stale, like, or mining trips, I guess you can cut out mining trips and stuff like that. But like, for most of it, it's kind of like their experience. The experience is more of how you're playing the Minecraft game, how you're playing the mods. So from that, it's quite nice. It's a minimal sort of edit. Hearthstone's even easier. All I do is record for like 2 games, and then I just edit out the 10 minutes of me talking at the beginning, because that always happens. I don't know why, but like
intros get a bit dragged.
I just start talking about random decks, like strategies and stuff. Like I like spent literally 15 minutes explaining how I defeated Nefarian on in Blackrock, and then realized no one's gonna want to listen to it, so I cut the entire thing out. The entire video was cut by 15 minutes.
Well,
which one was that? Was that the?
That was number 4.
No, wait, that was your most popular one, actually. Saying that.
It was all because you cut that out.
And that's all because I cut it down. The less of me there is, the more popular the video gets. So there we go. That's how it works. No, I have got another video recorded, and it's going to get edited. But the thing is, we're at the start of a new season now, because seasons start every month, so it's good because the whole point of the series is ladder climb, right? So I'm going to try and see if I can eventually reach legend, which is never going to happen, but eventually one day it might.
I have no idea what the ranking system in Hearthstone actually is.
Well, it's like you start at a high rank, so
are there names for each ranking?
Oh yeah, well yeah, there's not names per such, but they're represented by a character or a card.
Oh, in like League of Legends sense, it'll be bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond.
Yeah. There's not. It's not like that. There's like Legend has got a name, and obviously then there's Legend 1, Legend 2, and stuff like that. Yeah. But until you reach Legend, which is basically level 0, it's all like you're at level 20, level 19, goes on down like that. But what they have is they have like a mascot sort of thing for each level. So one of them will be represented by like a particular card, like the Novice Engineer, for example, is rank 19, I'm pretty sure. And so that has that picture, and then obviously as you go down a rank, the picture changes. I don't know what the legend picture is. It's probably some sort of legendary thing from WoW.
How quickly is it to to get through ranks in Hearthstone?
Depends on how good your deck is and how well you're playing.
So really the same as most games.
Yeah, I mean, also like Hearthstone, even more so since Goblins versus Gnomes, but it's very luck based. There's a lot of RNG.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I don't like Hearthstone.
Which can make
because,
people quite salty, because like if you've got an RNG role that goes heavily like against you, and if this happens for all your games, and you've got like someone else who's constantly getting RNG going for them, then it can get pretty annoying. But on the same time, you have to think that if you're on the other end of that, and you're the one who's getting all the RNG, and the other person's getting really dried out, think how fun it is for you. So
yeah, that's why if it comes to RNG games, I normally tend to only go single player games, Binding of Isaac, most roguelikes, I guess.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
you love your roguelikes.
Just because I can't. I do love my roguelikes, and I've been playing tons of Binding of Isaac. For some reason, I got into it again. I think because my internet was crap, so I couldn't play any online games. But hopefully that's fixing itself.
Well, that's a topic for another section of our podcast, I think. Just internet in general.
Oh yeah, that's true. The internet. Go.
The internet. Yeah.
Where do we start? Can we start?
How we are all suffering from shitty internet? Because what I've is comparable to pretty much what you guys do. If I used to basically raid on WoW, like way before I actually started YouTube, and I would be doing raiding with 300-400 pings.
Oh man.
Well, was it successful? Oh, we used to down Karazhan every now and then. But yeah.
Anything I think over 100 ping is not acceptable.
It's not
we
when
used
you're
to do
raiding.
it.
I remember, yeah.
Not when you're doing anything. It's not.
Back in the day, it was when I was on the North American servers for League. It was always 150 ping. No idea why we chose America, but that was like way back when. I've got an account sitting there now.
Australians never had a choice.
High level, so.
We never had a choice. We had to go
to
the US.
Really? Do you have Australian servers now?
I think so, but I quit long before then. So yeah, WoW actually for me developed into a bit of an addiction, and I had to give it up. If I was either to give up WoW or give up my family and be married. So you know which one I chose.
Yeah. Yeah, it can get like that. I've not ever been addicted to it, but like when I was playing it, I did play it solid for 2 months. So it can. I can see how it would get addictive.
Yeah. So
and there are those like the stories of those people who like starve themselves to death because they're on WoW.
Yeah, you see free.
There are some stupid stories about that, aren't there? People dying in internet cafes. Things like that, from where they've supposedly sat playing that video game for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely happening.
I think some of them are just like. I think some of them are blown out of proportion. I think
a lot of them are blown out of proportion.
It's like the video gaming industry in general has a really bad name, and like what's your hobby? Oh, your hobby is to sit in front of a computer playing games that affect your life in no way at all. Like people seem to not appreciate that. Like at the end of the day, take another hobby like reading, for example. Sure, it may seem more intellectual. At the end of the day, do you actually get any more like progress in life done from reading a book?
Depends what you're reading, really.
Not really.
If
you're reading,
if you're reading it,
maybe reading was a bad example. Actually.
Well, I don't know if you guys want to get religious on this. If you read the wrong particular books or even the right ones, you take them to extremes. Well, look at the terrorism we've got nowadays, and all of that stem from books.
But
so yeah.
That's suggesting that you don't learn anything from video games or you read anything in video games. So
I mean, it depends. If you play Luigi's Mansion, you learn a lot because that's what it was made for. I know you can learn stuff from video games, but like right now, the particular thing I'm playing is not going to make me learn anything. Apart from survival.
Well, I learned that you have to be level 90 to cook shark when I was playing RuneScape for 10 years. So I think that helped me a lot in life.
I never got that far.
I consider myself a connoisseur of food.
A connoisseur of food.
Seafood, thanks to gaming.
Can you cook? On RuneScape, I can.
Yeah. So I think that counts for just as much as everything else, honestly.
I quite like cooking.
But yeah,
for some reason, I didn't realise Vince had left until I looked at the stream window in which he ran off the screen.
Oh, and actually applicable, I use the internet to help me cook. Because I like to look at like new interesting recipes online.
Yeah,
Okay, anyway, this.
Well, pretty much.
We should stop trying to justify why we're cave trolls.
Yeah, with the advent of the internet, pretty much.
What?
The
connection
encyclopedia
there.
has
Is
gone.
it? Yeah, that was a bit odd.
That was a bit choppy.
Yeah, you got the old camera swirly windows. So yeah, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. In 2010,
There goes me.
Encyclopedia Britannica no longer exists.
No.
And it's since 2010. I mean, it exists online, but they don't do print version anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
So yeah, anybody who's got a connection can basically find any information from their home, pretty much.
Yeah. Also, the amount of misinformation has increased as well, thanks to like websites where they're like, you can just type whatever you like.
Yeah.
But I think the overall like
Wikipedia
basic knowledge of the average person has increased.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, like obviously, I'm currently in uni right now. We obviously get told off if we actually get our paper. We're not allowed to hand it in if it's got anything referencing Wikipedia.
Yeah,
So what you do is you just basically rephrase it so that it's in your own words, and then no one knows.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah,
Plagiarism
it's
when you
like
study is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah. Like we're told no plagiarism, right? And then it's like we gotta have all your own words, right? You can't like keep quoting. And then at the same time, you get given a topic you know nothing about, and like, how am I meant to realistically do this without quoting or just straight up plagiarizing? So it's just like, well, there we go.
I mean,
I think it's a little bit.
Yeah, on the topic of study and stuff, I'm actually learning how to get into the IT industry purely online. All my courses are done online. I do my research online. Although, admittedly, I talk to my lecturer pretty much over the phone, but everything else is done online.
It's like we have something in this country. Basically, it's online uni. I can't remember what it's called now, actually. But yeah, basically the idea is you can do degrees and stuff online. A lot of people choose that way to do their masters, which is a nice idea. I actually thought about doing it because the way my degree is split, it's split between like it's like 2 years foundation degree, which is kind of like a lesser degree, and then 1 year to make a full bachelor's degree. Yep. I was thinking about maybe like, because I finished my foundation degree, I was thinking about maybe just like getting a job and then doing my bachelor's, but I've decided to go and do my bachelor's anyway. So it's I feel like if I did finish my foundation degree, then my idea was to do Open University, which is the online one. Yeah. And do it that way. Well, that's like if I want to do a master's or something, that's probably what I'm going to do it that way. But yeah, I'm actually learning French and Korean off online, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's some very random languages. 1 minute, sorry. Why are those languages?
Korean because I have a lot of Korean friends, and French because I have a French friend, and I wouldn't mind like going to France, possibly even to live there. But like, I don't know. I'm thinking I'd like to live somewhere warmer than Britain, and so my thoughts was either southern France or Spain.
It's a bit ignorant of me, but the way I see it, a large amount of the world speaks English.
Yeah, that's true.
Why then put in the effort to learn what they are going to leave behind soon enough and join us in speaking?
Well, no, because a lot of this part of the world also speaks French. Because you've got to bear in mind, yes, the British Empire was huge, but so was the French. Like, if you take a look at the amount of countries that speak French, like half of Africa speaks French.
Or Quebec on their own in the middle of
like an entire part of Canada where their first language is French.
Well, it's Quebec and the surrounding areas.
Yeah, well, Quebec is the state.
Well, there goes geography, but anyway.
Well, I think it actually goes outside of Quebec, though. That's what I'm saying, the surrounding areas.
Well, yeah, there'll be some people around the outskirts of Quebec, probably. But Quebec as a whole is.
Korea, that's a really interesting one, though. So have you got a lot of Korean friends then?
Yeah, I've got a fair few Korean friends.
Do they all play StarCraft?
They do not play StarCraft.
Do they play League of Legends?
No, they don't play. They don't
play
games.
any sort of competitive gaming.
They don't play video games.
Are they even Korean?
They are
we
Korean.
Talk about the same Koreans.
Yeah, no, they're definitely Korean. 100% Korean.
Do you want to say that was not racist? That was not a racist joke anyway.
Chris Fish YT, we do not endorse racism.
No. Well, actually, speaking of other countries and stuff, there's one thing that also does affect me quite a lot. As in, I do have quite a large German audience. For whatever particular reason, I'm not entirely sure. I could almost half contribute to the fact I'm actually 50% German myself, but that doesn't really mean much, considering that I don't have much of an accent. Why I seem to attract a German audience and why you attract any sort of audience on YouTube or even like any sort of streaming media is a mystery. It just happens. But they're affected by this copyright law. I'm not exactly sure what the actual an acronym stands for, but GEMA refuses to basically cooperate with YouTube in retrospect to copyright laws, and which makes it kind of hard to do things like the new YouTube gaming streaming that they're bringing in. I'm not entirely sure how that would affect that. As it stands with YouTube streams or live streaming, period, people in Germany cannot. I don't think they can actually watch it like while it's going live, and they can't comment while you're actually live streaming on YouTube. They can get around with Twitch, but yeah, it's YouTube. There's definitely still a bit of a problem there. So what do you guys know about that?
I didn't even know that was a thing. I know there's been a few issues with people with fair use, particularly since the new copyright system came into YouTube. I didn't realize that Germany had such a law in place though, where you can't, with copyright laws. I didn't even know that was a thing.
They have to use proxies to watch some YouTube stuff. They have to have proxy out of Germany to actually watch a majority of YouTube.
I'm surprised because Germany's a major country in Europe. I'm surprised that they've got.
Yeah, actually, according to our demographics, we do actually have quite a large percent are actually German viewers, along with the United Kingdom and United States.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty much one of the main countries in Europe. It's like.
Well,
it's quite surprising for it to be Germany as well.
Yeah.
Being one of the
being controlling. That's a bit
maybe weird. Even bigger part of Europe than the UK, especially. It's pretty much the central hub of Europe, basically, and it's
where all the European Union buildings are in.
And everyone treats Germany as this trade union place, don't they?
Yeah, so you'd think they'd be more in favour of freedom of information and stuff like that.
Yeah, you think they would just do everything, but a lot of copyright things
laws are really clamped down there. Apparently, musicians have a really hard time either getting music out there. I think what I've heard is German musicians actually just immigrate to other countries so they can get their music out. So
wow.
Yeah. And then when that occurs, it's there's obviously problems with it. But yeah.
On that note, iTunes is now actually illegal.
Issues.
Wait, iTunes is now illegal.
Some aspects of iTunes are now illegal through the new Copyright Act that have been passed.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the exact specifics, as this is the internet once again telling you things.
Yeah, citation
might not be 100% true, so don't take our word for this. But according to the new copyright laws, a lot of the services that iTunes actually offer are infringing upon copyright laws.
So is that American copyright laws? Is that British copyright laws?
I assume, yeah, because Apple is an American company.
Yeah, it's probably American then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with the copyright laws. They're just so different, across countries. Why can't they unify?
Yeah. It would really help, particularly with with something like YouTube, where you get a lot of different international people who are on it, and it's not very clear as to what copyright laws they should be tried under. Should they be tried under American copyright laws, as the YouTube is an American company? Should they be tried under the copyright laws of their home? Or, there's a lot of different interesting things to do with copyright laws. And I think that is an issue that needs addressing legally in countries. I mean, I know the US almost passed a law solidifying fair use, because fair use is not actually strictly speaking a law. I don't think it's more like a legal guideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the last second, the law they were trying to pass didn't get passed, which is why all these YouTubers got screwed over by the content ID system.
Yeah, that's another big thing. It's very easy, and you see it especially with if you guys have heard of Jim Sterling. He gets a lot of people flagging like DMCAing. I think it's DMCAing his videos because they don't like the content. Literally, that's what it is. Like, so he has a series called Best of Steam Greenlight or something. Kind of like my Garbage or Green series, which is discontinued. But so he would take their video from what they are advertising for their game on Steam Greenlight to get it on Steam officially. And if he doesn't like the game, he will say he doesn't like the game. And if the developer who made that game doesn't like the game, they will just flag his video and DMCA it and just take it off YouTube and file him with the copy.
See that he said something bad about it.
Yeah, and then after 2 weeks, because like they can't take it to court because it's just, you know, you can't sue someone over that anyway.
It's childish.
It just goes back up anyway, and it's just like, it's.
Yeah, I've heard of like Angry Joe, for example. I quite like listening to some of his stuff he does.
Yeah, I think he has had some as well.
And he gets hit by people who, and the way he puts it is quite a good point. Like, if criticism was only ever good criticism, then like how is that ever going to help anyone? Because like the whole point of criticism is it helps people decide on whether they want the particular thing that's being criticized, right? So like film critics help you know if you want to go to the cinema to see a film. Or like game critics help you know if you want to spend like £40 buying a game new, something like that. But like if it's just controlled by the company who makes the game, then that's not really going to be correct criticism, is it? Because all they're going to do is basically ban everyone who gives them a bad criticism.
I think that's why like people like say Total Biscuit. I mean, he is, well, from what I know anyway, has done like law in his schooling, so he probably actually, like, if anybody like comes to him and asks him to do a review on said game or whatever, presents him with a legal waiver saying, I will to basically say what I think of this thing, and you will have no recourse. You cannot, and basically has a like something signed and sealed before it even goes to the review. Maybe a lot of these other people that like the Jim Sterlings, the Angry Joes, they find something and they just do a review on it. But I think perhaps why the Total Biscuits reviews are so focused. He'll go to these places, ask to do a review. If they don't agree to his terms, he just doesn't do it. Period.
Yeah.
And moves on. It's like,
yeah, because Total Biscuit had a problem with what was it, Gary's incident day one or something. Yep. Yeah, I think.
Why did he say that it was a bad game? Because it is.
Yeah, he said it was a bad game, unfinished, and I think that was the video which literally started off all these other developers to like just lay DMCA's on everyone who disagrees and doesn't like their game. And it's so from then, people like shady developers started to realize they could use this to their advantage. And there's a lot more shady stuff on Steam now.
It's so shady it deserved the word 3 times.
It's like shady. It's so shady it needed it thrice. No, there's like there's some really shady people who are actually setting up false things as well, like false claims. Like to use Angry Joe again as an example, he had videos claimed by like a company called Tomb Raider. And like he's like, hang on a second. He even had a statement from Ubisoft saying you can use the clips. You can use the Tomb Raider clips in your Tomb Raider review. But like this company that called itself Tomb Raider, which was quite clearly a fake company, got access to his revenue for 2 weeks because they put a copyright claim on it.
Yeah.
But that there's a fault in Google. That's their problem. That's what they've done.
It's one of the many things that Google has done to YouTube.
Yeah, if it gets to the point where anyone could just take down anything, what's the point in making anything?
Exactly,
like,
right?
How can you can't speak freely if you can't make a free rights video talking. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
For a while, there was a bypass to all these copyright laws where if you put a specific message into the description, it was something along the lines of this content is being used under fair use and for promotional purposes and learning purposes only. and by putting that in your description, it'd make you exempt from all sorts of copyright charges.
Well, legally, it should. Fair use is a legal statement in the US, which basically states that content can be used for review or parody. So you can use clips of content for that. So that's kind of what YouTubers rely on as fair use. There's a similar thing in Britain. It obviously predates the internet and predates YouTube. So it's worded a little differently, but essentially it's basically stating that you can take clips and stuff from people's content and you can use it for parody or for reviews or whatnot. So that's an actual thing, and that's one of the reasons why the content ID system was so frowned upon, was because it basically took away from this legal right people had to actually do these videos. And like some of them, it's their living. Like people like Angry Joe, it's how it's their job. And the thing is that's really annoying about it. You wouldn't get that if it was like a game magazine or something that was critiquing a game. Like it's literally just because they're a YouTuber, people think they can push them around. That's the annoying thing about it, I think. That's one of the reasons why the YouTube community as a whole is pretty united against it as a thing, as a system.
Yeah, actually, YouTube's actually it's just so vast. I mean, I suppose I'm probably generalizing this here, saying that YouTube is virtually like a pyramid. There are a small amount of people at the top with the like a good viewer like base, but as the base like goes down, pretty much us. Well, I probably can't call myself at the base anymore. I mean, I've climbed a little bit since then, but there are like I could, or generalizing, saying probably even hundreds of thousands of content creators down there at the bottom, like getting only a smaller percentage of viewers, but they're still out there.
Yeah.
And they are literally supporting the people at the top. Yeah, the people at the top, once they've done what they want to do, people actually have to start coming up and like taking their place. But if it gets to the stage where, like as I said, the copyright laws and DMCA's and all that sort of stuff, basically they hinder or even dissuade the new people coming in, there won't be a YouTube at the end of it. So they've really got to get this system right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting to the point now in YouTube's timeline where people who have relied on YouTube as a career have done it for quite a long time now, like a good few years. So it would get to the point where like, how are they going to carry on? Because we've seen some YouTube channels that have just disappeared from the face of the
William Johnson, for instance, the guy who ran it, it's Ray William Johnson, who did the =3 show. I remember he was the first person I watched on YouTube around 7 years ago now.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's a very.
Now he's gone, absolutely gone. It's run by another person. So I imagine he just works a normal everyday job nowadays. And I think he was kicked off the pyramid.
Yeah. Like I never really heard anything of why that occurred. He just disappeared. He just
I think it was actually drug abuse.
Drug abuse. Wow.
I think he had some issues with drug abuse, and his network actually let him go.
Oh.
They didn't want to support him or his his show anymore. They refused to be in any way associated with someone who was addicted to drugs or something of the sort, and they dropped him straight through the pyramid.
Well, that sounds like something. Well, that was one thing I never heard. So I heard of the whole Ray William Johnson debacle, but never really looked.
So I'm gonna have to look to see if I can back that up with actual evidence.
Yeah.
This
Citation needed, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's getting to the point now. People,
Wasn't he a part of RPM?
Here you go.
Or Maker?
He was part of Full Screen, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I think it was Full Screen. I'm not 100% on that one. But I know it definitely wasn't Machinima. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it must have been either Maker or Full Screen, I think.
Yeah, the days of Machinima. Oh god, yeah. Is that still a thing?
Machinima's a thing.
Yeah, they're still taking people's money. Yep.
I think they've lost the top line now to Full Screen, actually.
Maker's got to be
Obviously-
pretty up there though. They're huge.
Oh well, yeah,
Yeah.
now they have Markiplier, PewDiePie. They really pretty much own it.
Maker are owned by
Oh,
Disney.
Vivo, who
Wait, I
also
thought it was Polaris. Was it not Polaris anymore?
Polaris is a network in Maker, which is owned by
Yeah.
Disney.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I know that they did buy it. I thought Disney just purchased Polaris directly, but
if I go on,
they
No,
purchased Maker.
if I go on Social
Maker
Blade
made-
quickly.
Maybe they did
Polaris.
just purchase Polaris. I thought they'd purchased the
Have a look
entire
at
Maker.
Social Blade quickly.
I don't know
It
what
tells you
Maker
what
is.
sort of
I've never
statistics.
discussed them. I don't know.
Maker is basically Polaris, but like Maker also includes some smaller networks which they use to get
Which
channels up and
Social
running.
Blade is one of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Social
Top
Blade,
100 Social Blade, top 100 YouTube networks. Full Screen is at the top with 50,000 members and 23 million subscribers in the last 30 days. They've got the biggest growth, followed by Broadband TV, Vivo, and then Machinima. Maker is sixth.
We're broadband TV, aren't we?
Yeah, we are Broadband TV.
Yeah.
We're on the
Shouldn't they haven't helped us out?
we're on a sub network for
Newsflash,
Broadband
no
TV.
network
called
will
T-Square.
help you out.
Don't go bashing the networks, Vince.
TGN are a good network. You just haven't utilised what they give you. It worked pretty well when I got two.
Strictly
packs.
speaking, under contract, you're not really meant to talk about this sort of stuff anyway.
I'm not. I'm being very, very like outwards about all this. I'm saying it's just utility.
Well, pretty much a network, generally speaking, will not promote you. Unless you are...
No, but they'll give you me to
will
promote
not
themselves.
promote you actively. Unless you're their top echelon, they won't. If you want promotion,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
gotta do it
that's
yourself.
one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why I found Polaris quite an interesting one to look at, because they have the Polaris channel, which actually does allow people to be advertised, particularly when they have series like Stin's interview series, where he takes other YouTubers and interviews them, which I find quite interesting.
Yeah, that's one thing. Everyone keeps on going on about is collaborations to get big on YouTube, but the worst part is that how do you collaborate with other people? It's quite hard to find.
You do
Someone
a
who's at the
podcast
same-
called Thought
You do,
Fishing.
you do a podcast called Thought Fishing. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like it's quite hard to link your content with other people's content in order for it to make better content in general. And it's
Well,
It
there's
can
that.
be, yeah. You have to know people.
There's that. You don't.
And then it's hard to-
You don't need it really. It helps, granted, but it's not really a requirement. If you get lucky with
Yeah.
the search engine options, optimization.
Well, I mean, there is the whole like search engine optimization with the descriptions and also with the tags and everything. That can help, but also like I think the thing with collabs is if you've got one person with a fan base of like 20 people and another person with a fan base of 20 people, then it doesn't really take much math to figure out that if you put them together in a video, you're gonna have a fan base of 40 people for that particular video.
Well,
And then
yeah.
some of the guy A's viewers will then go and have a look at the guy B, and guy B's viewers will have a look at guy A, and then they'll maybe grow if they like the videos and if they like the content. You know,
Yeah.
content.
yeah. I
being
think
videos.
the issue with it is that people may see it as I don't know some sort of cynical thing. Like if we were to go up to a channel with like 20,000 subs, it would look like we're just like trying to leech off of them.
sponge. Yeah, it's just sponging
Yeah.
off of someone who's successful in order to raise your own chances of becoming successful, which in most people's eyes is a bad thing. They're not going to lower themselves to your level to help someone
In
they don't
saying
know.
that, there's no guarantee, even if you do a collaboration with said higher person, you're going to get any kickback. There
Yeah,
are,
that's
there are
true.
like even the more like semi like bigger collaborations out there, or even the smaller ones I know of. One of the people that's running the collaboration is more popular than the other, and has bigger numbers than the other, and there's no real flow on it. There's no evening out of said collaboration size.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. Like you would always, even if like one party has 100,000 subs and the other one has one, both parties still benefit from it. I mean, obviously one will benefit a lot more than the other, but there's no real like negative
no-
side to it. But
Yeah,
just,
but what was basically being stated is there's no guarantee of a long-term gain at all. Like sometimes people just don't like your content. They maybe don't like the way you speak, or they don't like the games you play. And having a collab is not going to change that in their minds. You can collab with them as much as you want. It's
Yeah,
not.
there's some people that don't change their content enough for it to be interested for a wider range.
Yeah.
So
And then there's some people who, and there's some people who change their content too much, and the
they're no
reverse
longer there
happens.
themselves, and they're considered what's a sellout.
Subscriber burn.
Selling out to the community.
I think if you are starting to change your content just for views, you are you're not really staying true to the reason why you actually started YouTube in the first place, which, as we said, is it's more for like, it's you got to have the right reason for doing YouTube. Otherwise, it just doesn't continue.
Well, you lose the drive to actually do it in the first place.
Yeah.
Because editing, depending on how much editing you're doing and how much recording, it can be a very extensive and tedious job to actually go through with.
Oh yeah, editing can be a real.
I feel like a lot of people who haven't ever tried it wouldn't understand just how tedious it can really get editing a clip together and doing the same thing around 100 times just to make it look smooth.
Again, half the reason why
and then going through like 4 different
live streaming as a choice of actually getting my media out there, because I don't have time personally to do the editing and everything anymore. Since I've taken on extra study. I used to have that time before, but not anymore. So I go do a live stream for about half an hour or so. Bam, that's an episode done.
Yeah, and the best thing about like live streams with Twitch, you can also then take the video file, upload it to your YouTube channel, and the fact that it's a live stream means you don't have to edit it either. The most editing you have to do is cut it up.
That's right.
So it's quite nice from that perspective, going from streaming to, going to streaming really.
The only problem with that is going through all the technical difficulties of actually setting up a stream.
Right.
Actually, a little known fact: the live stream I'm doing right now is actually streamed under a megabit upload.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so demanding on the bandwidth.
There'd be no way it could ever.
You've got to keep in mind, if you're going to stream, there's a chance you're not going to be able to play any other form of online gaming without being dropped to a significantly higher ping than you started at.
Yeah, which obviously will then affect your gaming experience.
Yep.
Especially
which is one of the reasons why I don't actually stream along with my actual computer's capabilities, which the problem with mine is that if I put too much like processing pressure onto my PC, it'll actually start to overheat.
Yeah.
And I really do need to start replacing parts, but I just don't have the money to cover.
It's like last time we actually did streaming, your computer overheated.
Yeah, it pretty much fried, and I actually had to replace it.
I know, it's because I had to end up taking over the streaming.
Yeah, my computer couldn't do it. I was watching my heat, and my heat was jumping to things like 70 degrees in a matter of minutes. And that's not a good thing for a processor to be getting.
No.
Since then, my fans have got clogged up with dust, so I really need to open up my PC and clean it out.
Well, I've decided I'm just going to switch it all up. I'm tempted to get a nice little washing basket as my case and just turn it into a mining rig.
Washing basket as a case.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a makeshift Bitcoin mining rig. Because, of course, they do a lot of processing. They heat up quite fast. So people make these makeshift cases, which are literally just massive open-air cases, usually in washing baskets or fishing crates.
So basically what you're saying is you're going to start Bitcoin mining.
Yeah.
Or
okay.
you can go to the extreme.
I think it's
no, because the price of...
Oh.
You can build your rig inside a fridge or a freezer.
I'm not sure how healthy that is for the poor computer.
I'll be fine.
I think, I was looking it up.
Big problem.
Yeah, the issue... Actually, saying that, you could use hydrogen and just use hydrogen inside a freezer.
What?
So I'm pretty sure it's hydrogen. Hydrogen's not conductive, is it, in liquid form? Unless it's compressed.
Not unless
entirely.
it's like heavily pressurized.
Yeah. So you could just literally maybe make a computer which is just filled to the brim with just liquid hydrogen.
And how much does it cost to keep running?
Yeah, that would be expensive because the hydrogen is naturally a gas. Yeah. So to keep it in liquid form would be a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Do you know any places that sell liquid hydrogen at a cheap price, Vince?
Actually, funny thing, Jupiter's surface, like when you go down through the clouds, it's basically liquid hydrogen.
So are you planning on going for a trip? Pop over to Jupiter for us, grab us some liquid hydrogen.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. Yeah, Pluto as well.
It's like pop into the shop for some milk. Off to Jupiter. We need some more hydrogen for the PC. We've got a stream today.
It's even further.
We've got a 24-hour stream. We're going to need you to pop to Jupiter for a bit.
But also, just for a little bit of interesting facts, if anyone's interested, Jupiter is also so pressurized that if you go down below the hydrogen, the liquid hydrogen, you will find what they call liquid metallic hydrogen, which is basically hydrogen that's been compressed so much the electrons are free flowing, which allows you to have conductive hydrogen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this podcast is always going to take a. They always seem to take a
Scientific turn. It's Gam's fault.
Yeah, sorry.
For having someone who's
Let's
doing
bring
Last
it
time it
back
was
to
science.
gaming, shall we?
Yeah. So back to gaming.
bring it back to our
The
own grounds that we
future of
understand.
gaming.
Right.
The
Yeah,
future.
a lot of companies are. Yeah, there's a lot of the big companies. I'm pretty sure. I don't know which one it is, but they've actually came out and said that they will be mobile-focused companies.
What?
I'm not even joking. Like a lot of AAA big companies have now said that they are moving to mobile now and being a mobile
That's because
centric.
they're evolving. They're becoming the new thing. All these mobile games.
Yeah, but are they really? I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Mobile games have come a long way, and they're certainly quite
true,
fun
true.
if you're like trapped in traffic.
I mean, that's it.
But like,
That's what
are you
everybody's-
really going to want to sit down and spend 2 hours devoted to a mobile game?
But they're trying to encourage people to get out and do
Well-
things with their life.
By using
Because-
gaming as an incentive.
But-
But that's it. But that's what they're doing. They're convincing people who would usually sit indoors and play video games to go out and play video games.
That is just such a bad plan.
You do better at just building an entire franchise of gaming cafes.
But you're talking as
Yeah.
AAA
Still
gaming
saying,
as
that's
like,
the thing.
hardcore gamers, like we are. We have our rigs, we have our things. But when they're moving over to mobile gamers, they're targeting the greater audience. We,
I
as
guess.
a community of hardcore, basically AAA gamers, are basically small compared to everybody else that's got a mobile phone.
And it does, like, to be interested in PC gaming does require a lot of, like, money spent on your rig. Because,
yeah, like you can actually see the Steam graphs of people's overall rigs.
Can you?
Of
I didn't know.
you remember when?
Does it even
Remember when you?
exist?
Yeah, you know the hardware and software survey when you load up Steam for the first time on your computer.
No.
No,
No.
that's been so long.
Oh,
since I've done
No,
that.
it's not about this. This is you, Vince. All on you, mate. Tell us.
Go for it,
Well,
Vince.
basically, right. So it just says everything about the average. I think is 8 gigabytes. The average CPU speed is 2.3 gigahertz and 2.69.
See, mine's 3.6, but I guess that's all the people that are
Mine's
playing on laptops with
4.1.
dual cores. Dual core
Yeah,
laptops
that's what I
with,
mean, it's like-
Celerons and shit running inside of those.
I actually only have a single core laptop. I hate my laptop.
Oh, I thought you were suggesting you had a single core PC.
I have a single core
I was
PC,
alive.
It's a solid 1.5 gigahertz. It's great.
It's like you've got to have like a 6 gigahertz single core or something. In these
I actually just got a 24 gigahertz single core
Ah,
device.
at the rate you're running these
Gam's
games.
budget build. £3 for the processor. A
No.
quid for the graphics card.
Yeah.
Integrated, it came free with the motherboard.
Yeah,
He got it with his
anyway.
Asus.
But yeah, I mean,
So AAA industries moving over to mobile.
I don't like that.
Are they actually going to take in the challenge of actually dumbing down their games like performance and everything else to fit on mobiles? I mean, back in my day when we were playing like games on Atari, Commodore 64, what have you, developers back then had to really optimize the whole game to run on these systems. They didn't have the open-end like say, oh, we could just like throw more RAM at it or bigger video card or whatever, and say like try and make everything as flashy. But they had to really optimize to get down. Do developers now have the skills of the developers back then? Something I don't think so.
yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe
No,
not to the
yeah, I
same
see what you're
degree,
going, like-
but at the same time, like, video games are optimized for consoles. And like, I know there's a far throw between a console and a computer, considering a console's basically got the specs of a low-end gaming PC. But there is still the
Yeah,
optimization
yeah.
there. So I think maybe they could relearn the skills if they've lost that particular edge for optimizing. I just think
Yeah, Arkham Knight is an example of that, because Arkham Knight on PlayStation ran like perfectly, and on PCs, especially good PCs like dual Titans and everything, insane rigs couldn't actually run it properly, and it doesn't make sense. But it's because of the fact I assume they take the PlayStation, the generic PlayStation specs, and just optimize it for that specific graphics card, that CPU, and all of that, just in a little bundle. So when it comes to PC, it's unoptimized for any of the other graphics cards because they focused on this one console. And obviously, we all saw how they pulled it off the Steam store and everyone refunded the game and all of that because it was crap. Yeah,
it's like GTA in that respect. Like when it finally came out on PC 5 years after it was like whatever it was, 2 years, wasn't it? 2 years after release. Like it had been optimized once for the well, actually that's actually I guess it's kind of a way of reversing it because it came out for console and then was re-optimized for PC.
Yeah.
Rather than being the other way around.
Yeah, which that may have been the reason why it took so long, because of the sheer amount of options you have when it comes to PC rather than a console.
Perhaps. I still think they took their time with it.
Yeah, probably. They're probably making, I don't even know.
I'm actually looking at this graph,
Rockstar?
Vince, this graph you posted, and I'm actually very depressed to see that AMD only has a quarter of the processor manufacturer. Like, out of Intel or AMD only has 24.7%.
Oh,
I find that quite
love
surprising.
AMD.
I was sure AMD is good. That's what I run. I thought AMD was actually a pretty solid brand.
Yeah, AMD's great because it's cheap.
It looks like
it is a lot cheaper.
But it has the same processing power. I mean, I'm happy with my core over like my processor over like an i7. I think it's decent enough.
Well, true. i7 is decent enough for anybody, really, and for anything.
Yeah, but like I got the AMD equivalent.
Okay.
I think AMD's are alright, and they're a lot cheaper.
Yeah, they are a lot cheaper.
One thing I've heard is that they don't last as long.
But from what I've seen, that's a folk story, because this processor I have right now has been running for 2.5 years with no issues. Other than the overheating.
The same processor, me, don't you?
Other than the overheating, was just really my cause for using a stock heatsink for 2.5 years. And not.
Like,
yeah, I've been using stock.
Because the thing is, though, with mobile games, they don't have like they got nothing in terms of processing power. How are they going to handle AAA games? Like AAA games are going to be so bad. Either phones are going to get really, really good, or AAA games are going to get really, really bad.
I think it's the former. I think phones are upgrading, and at this point, they're going to change from phones to handheld consoles eventually. They'll get to the point that Game Boys were at and DS's. But they'll be phones that have they'll be multifunctional, and they'll be at the power that the DS is at, and things like that.
Well, I mean, we've already got phones at that power. You can get emulators to run DS games on your phone.
I know that. I play Pokemon on my phone.
But like,
I'm out and about.
It's just, I mean, I know we're getting, like, technology's getting smaller and smaller all the time. I remember when having a 128 megabyte SD card was amazing. And now we have like 32 or 60, 4 gigabyte micro SDs. So I know miniaturization is a thing that keeps happening, but like I still struggle to see like how it can get that small, like where you can have like a processor that could handle what we currently have as AAA games. So the only thing I can think of is that AAA games are going to have to slightly decrease in like graphics and gameplay
and the mechanics of the games as well. Like how we have a mouse and and a keyboard, and we have controllers as well. But on a phone, how is that going to work? Like
playing was it just recently? I played it was, I suppose, almost a dumbed down 3D game on my phone. Try to anyway. And the controls, like with just using your thumbs on the screen, it's just ridiculously. Okay, you virtually need like analog controllers as your PSV, Vita, what have you, on your phone. But who's going to carry around one of those?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like you could maybe have it like go back to a so-called flip phone sort of thing, or like a slidey phone, like the old slidey phones. Maybe have that only
just
bigger.
Give us a brick. Give us a good old Nokia brick.
Well, have you seen like phones? They went so small, and now they are pretty much back to brick size. Like my phone's huge, and
they are really.
Yeah.
If you actually saw that picture I posted in the chat, you said about how they're miniaturizing everything. I said Apple have been doing that right, evidently, considering their phones have just been growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, It's like
it got to the point where they shrieked, and then they just went up again. It's like, what?
Yeah.
yeah.
Why did you go
Nowadays
like
they're
that?
big but flat. that's
Yeah.
that's literally that's it. But yeah, no, I think I just maybe I'm not being imaginative enough. I just failed to see how a AAA game could survive on a phone in a phone market. But then again, like you say, I am coming from it from the gaming perspective, where I've got a nice rig
and also saying
can
that
run games
in the phone market, who in their right mind would actually pay $50 to $100 AU anyway? That's probably double in pounds, but for a mobile phone game, who would do it?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it costs like 80 pence a pound, so
I still don't understand people who spend money on games. The only game I've ever spent money on, like on my phone, obviously, I'm not like money on games, like like phone games. Like the only phone game I've ever spent money on is Minecraft Pocket, and that's because I just love Minecraft. So.
Does that even work itself?
No, it does not work. The game does not work. It does not actually work.
It reminds me of Minecraft in-dev when you pick up Pocket Edition. There is absolutely nothing on that version of the game. Absolutely nothing. It's like going back to the original in-dev version of Minecraft where everything is the same texture. There's no sort of gradient, shading, sunlight, anything. And then you've got a selection of 9 different blocks you can build out of.
In fairness to Mojang / Microsoft, the game... It's mainly for me it doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong with my phone, but like I downloaded the game and there was an update, and ever since the update, like it won't, like all world files corrupt. I think for a lot of people it does work, and when it was working, it was actually a decent sort of thing. It was pretty alright.
It's very blurry.
See Family Guy, I think.
Yes, it's Family Guy. It's a game I play. Quest for Stuff. It's a game that I've played endlessly for about 2 months. Quite addictive. It's like Farm Town. Family Guy edition. My phone's not happy. It's upset, so I called it Farm Town.
It's hurt because you're saying how bad it is.
Yeah, I called it Farm Town. Now my phone's getting upset about that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult
you
you
want
like
to play
that.
Farm Town?
No. God.
Or there's the whole thing with
play Farm Town.
the Xbox and their voice controls and everything else. You must have video and audio always on in your household. Like Big Brother.
Mind you, the Xbox voice controls, you can really troll people with them. They're hilarious. Like you can, if there's someone who's got like, they've got the TV coming really loud out their TV, the sound coming really loud out their TV, which a lot of console games do, right? If you like just shout down it, Xbox off, and then just like watch them drop out of the game they're playing because it goes to the TV. It's great. Ways to troll people.
I've got to say, oh, go on. Go on.
Nope.
Go on.
Instant. So the whole trouser conversation just went. No, it didn't happen.
Thank God for that.
We can't have that.
We're being censored.
Yeah. I think, will we ever see like everything's nearing towards like online gaming as well now? Like you don't.
Oh yeah.
We'll never see Half-Life, obviously. We'll never see Half-Life again. Will we see even single-player games again?
Oh.
Like Titanfall just scrapped it all again.
Will we see single-player games? Yeah. And I've just lost all. Skype, come back! Oh no!
Even Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
He's back. We've redeemed him.
There we go. I'm back again.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, there we go. Woo!
Really need it.
Now he's gone.
Vince is dead.
Now he's muted his mic. But one thing I've realised, okay, this is a thing they started in the past year. Universities in America and I think a few other places have actually started making professional gaming teams in amongst their universities and had like university games now.
Wow.
Revolving around things like League of Legends and Counter-Strike.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. They're giving I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but I remember seeing something about a university in America actually giving scholarships out for people playing League of Legends professionally there.
I quite like that. It shows esports being taken seriously.
Yeah, that was basically it. I'm actually gonna have to find it again. More proof to back up my shit.
Yes, give us the proof, David. Come on.
Okay. But in other news, gaming is going to go to crap eventually. AAA titles are going to get knocked off and indie's going to come forward.
You think?
Well,
Yeah,
Indie is
I
the
think
future?
indie and Eastern games are...
I can agree with that. A lot of the big games now are previous indie games, yeah. So I can agree with
Thanks
that.
to a specific YouTuber who we can't name again because we've already said his name too many times this podcast. But he has brought indie games to the forefront of everyone's minds in the gaming communities now. There's so much attention. Fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. I'd never... I'd be okay if I never saw that name ever again.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, obviously, but
No.
I'm not looking forward to that at all.
No.
I don't think there is yet, but there will be, won't there? Is there a movie? Is there actually a movie?
Yes, there is.
Oh,
it actually
no.
will be a thing.
It is
Like-
Warner Brothers who have taken that one.
Oh, dear.
Warner Brothers have decided they want to make a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh, why?
great.
Why? Haven't we suffered enough? Haven't
Yeah.
we, you know...
The gaming
actually,
industry
I've-
advancing.
To be quite honest, I've actually watched about 2 minutes of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like, yeah, this is a dull game. Moved on.
The only
Like-
redeeming bit of Five Nights at Freddy's was the fact that the game theorists managed to come up with a really interesting game theory based on the first game. That's the only thing that I could ever find redeeming about that game. It's just full of cheap
Yeah,
jump
it's-
scares.
It isn't just cheap jump scares, and
Are you
essentially
suggesting
it's
the whole
like a
horror
resource
genre
map.
isn't?
Well, I mean, there's some.
Amnesia.
I mean, a lot of them are like.
Two games you can name that were actually decent horror games that worked on the ambience and the story. Everything after
Alien
that
Isolation,
point was
yeah.
crap. Before and after,
No,
jump scares.
horror games.
Slender was a shitty jump scare. Every
was-
single
Yeah,
time it was a
true.
shitty
And so was
jump scare.
Amnesia, actually, which is commonly voted like the most scary game.
I think
Yeah.
That's because it was the funnest.
the only like game that I've actually really played and enjoyed as a horror game, well, even like semi-horror, was Dead Space. That in sections of that creep me out something fierce. I mean,
I don't think I've ever played that.
No, neither have I.
Now I'm interested.
oh my
Dead
God.
Silence is that.
the
Heard
original
of it,
Dead
just,
Space.
I don't know. I've never played.
Far
Oh,
out.
Dead Space.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I have played Dead Space. I've played the series. The first, they weren't really scary. They were more just horrifically gory at every turn.
No, well,
I think the
Dead Space
first game
1 had.
started with you. The first game started with you completely unarmed in the middle of like a theater for operating, at which you had to run for your life from the fucking monsters that promptly teared apart one of your friends. And yeah, okay, I guess it was kind of scary being in that sort
Well,
of
that was
situation.
Dead Space 2, wasn't it?
I think I'm pretty sure it's the entrance to one of them. I'm not 100% on which one it was.
Definitely wasn't one. I remember that one.
What
Okay.
what was that game where you're going down a staircase constantly? You know the one where like you start at the top of a staircase and you're just going like it's like the slope goes down, then you turn, do U-turn, it comes down again, U-turn, go down again, and you just keep doing
you
that for the
sure?
entire thing.
I'm
Are you
assuming.
sure it wasn't like Gary's mod map we played?
No, it was
I know for a fact that.
I don't know which one you're talking about. But we can make a pretty easy comparison to PT. The Silent
it?
Hill spoiler.
no,
alert.
it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
it
Because
wasn't at
PT
all.
wasn't a staircase. That was a hallway that went.
No,
round.
yeah, it's not that. It was something like, do you know Containment Breach, the game Containment Breach? There's some letters that come before that game, and it's the same letters. I can't remember what they are, like SV something or other.
SCP.
SCP.
Can't say.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
SCP?
Yeah, there's like one of those games where you're literally just walking
Fucking SCP.
down staircases. That was all right. I mean, there is a cheap jump scare at the end, but like for most of that, it's more ambience that kind of gets you a little bit scared. The more the environment's happening. That's kind of like how I felt for the first 10 minutes of BioShock before I like realized actually this game's pretty. It's not really that scary. It's a fun game, but it's not.
Actually,
not
there
really
was
scary.
sections
SCP
in
Foundation.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. There was like a haunted house section in that was actually quite good. If you want to delve back a little bit more into gaming history, Alone in the Dark, the original, was pretty like out there. But
I need to.
The Xbox remake they actually made for 360 wasn't half bad either. I thought that was actually pretty good. Did you play the reboot they did for Xbox 360? It was a pretty early game for when the console actually came out.
Oh, wow.
PC Master Race all the way.
Xbox is good for one thing, providing us with controllers for our
Yep.
PCs.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, to say that, yeah. Controllers have been good for third-person games, I find.
Mm.
A lot
For
of
GTA.
games like that. For GTA, yeah. For driving, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm alone in that. Most people use prefer mouse and keyboard for GTA. So.
Yeah, same here. I use mouse and keyboard for every game I play. I never use
I
control.
use mouse and keyboard for running around. I use controller for cars.
Sorry, I lied.
So
One
you
game.
awkwardly juggle between the two.
One game.
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors.
As soon as I go into a plane.
right, here we
Back
go.
on
Take
speed
off.
again. Back in a plane. Yeah.
Then as soon as you get
It's,
out, switch back to the keyboard and the mouse.
Yeah.
No, actually, it was, the one game that I actually really reached out and grabbed a controller for was Kingdom of Amalur? Yeah, that's right. Awakening, that failed
wow.
AAA game that everybody. It was a good game. I liked it. It was fun. I've spent a fair bit of time in it. Used a controller for it. I reckon it was all right, but
Was it?
it's a shame
Was
that
it like? Was it one of those games where you have to use controller?
no, you didn't have to.
Did you get those? Just better played. On
It
controller.
was just much better played. As
there are some
an
games
over
I
the
think do
shoulder
feel a
3D
little bit
brawler type thing. So, well, hack and slash. But yeah,
Yeah.
there are some things that are better.
I mean, I'm also a little bit biased because I do come from previous. I previously was a console fan. I've since converted, but like before me seeing the light, I was into console gaming, and so I think I do sometimes find it a little bit easier. Like I still am slightly into consoles. I've got my consoles. I do play on them from time to time, so I do think I still kind of feel a little bit more at home on a controller
We
to a massive
detached
keyboard.
you from that a little bit, though. The moment GTA 5 came out for PC, we managed to drag you fully away from your console for quite a while.
Yeah, but you didn't drag me away from the controller, did you? Because I still use the controller. So
Doesn't matter. The console's gone. It's in the bin now.
literally, it's a
Yeah.
GTA machine. I bought a PS4, and the only game I ever owned for it is GTA. I've never played another game on it. I've played about 2 hours of that. It was literally the worst because it wasn't cheap. It was the worst thing I've ever spent money on, pretty much. Because it's just a GTA machine sitting there gathering dust, just down
Well, actually,
prefer
the
PC.
only game that I've ever considered that was exclusive to PlayStation was Journey. Would have been one of the better games to play as a console exclusive. I mean, I've always
Spyro.
wished that sort of thing have actually come out to PC land, but it'll never happen.
Yeah. These days
I
though,
heard about
I
that.
don't ever
Yeah.
hear of games unless they're on PC. So I honestly don't feel like I'm missing out on console exclusives.
Yeah, I think the only console I'd probably get at this point would be a Wii U. Just because it's
Party
the
game.
most different from PC.
Party games. It's great
Yeah,
for party.
it's party games.
Like if you have
Smash Bros.
a meet-up party, like if you actually have friends in real life, meet up with them, and you can play the Wii U.
Do we actually? I mean, yeah, we did actually do that, didn't we, David?
Smash
Before-
Bros. Cooking with
Smash
Kirby. You guys getting
Mario
wrecked by
Kart.
me because Kirby's the best character in Smash Bros.
He is. He's one of
There's
those.
nothing can beat his 15 jumps.
Metagross, not Metagross. What am I about? Meta Knight.
Meta Knight.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Metagross.
So
He's basic. Kirby.
Fox is where it's at. Fox is where it's at. You know that stupid tank. Every single time I got the tank, you and Jake, you'd just be like, oh, for God's sake, the tank's here. It was shit.
Well,
Just
actually,
spin it around in circles.
getting into the whole competitive gaming side of things, what are your guys' opinion? I personally don't subscribe too much to watching competitive gaming. There was the whole StarCraft thing that virtually just passed me by. So it's not a big thing for myself, but the actual world of competitive gaming is actually getting through to mainstream media more so nowadays. So what's your guys' take on that?
Do you mean what's our take on watching it, or what's our take on actually playing competitive games?
Both.
Competitive games, in my opinion, in terms from a watching point of view, can be quite fun because of the competitive nature. It's great fun to watch the moves and counter moves of two people who are in a battle to win the game. But from a playing side of view, I mean, I still do play competitive games, but I try not to play them as much because I get super salty when playing them. Ridiculous levels of salt.
When the Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Storm's first, I suppose, competitive pro playing, it actually started on TV, on like a sports channel.
Wow. So it's actually
and obviously people complain because it's a video game, it's not a real sport. But yeah, like literally the first, because of it, Blizzard, so they could they have tons of money, I assume, at this point.
Yeah, just throw cash at it.
So at the first ever was actually on TV, and I think 5 years ago you'd never think that would be a thing. But I think maybe in the next 5 years we actually would see League of Legends and Dota and Heroes of the Storm, and Counter-Strike as well. That's really, really, really big.
Well, I have said
competitive playing.
No, I was just going to say, I have said it already in the podcast, but I am a big fan of traditional media taking seriously things like gaming. I think because it is quite often overlooked as something that's like for children. I quite like the idea that we get esports and things now that are growing to the point where they are really being taken seriously by the outside world rather than just the gaming crowd.
It's going to get to the point where we will have competitive airsoft on TV. That is it. That's the dream. Airsoft competitive. Right there.
Competitive people shooting each other with plastic bullets.
That's the height of civilization. If we reach that point.
Like, have you ever played Super Monday Night Combat? If that was the night, you'd be like, yeah.
Street Fighter tournaments televised.
Well, there was Evo that we went by not so long ago. Where was that? Las Vegas? Like a competitive like Street Fighter-esque tournament type thing. The only reason I heard about it is like, of course, a lot of us are like subscribed to like the bigger gaming channels around that go to actually like see these things, and this is the first time I've really heard of or even like taken a vague interest. But apparently, it's a big thing.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like I'm a big fan of esports, so I just love big esport events. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think even Smash Bros has a quite a big impact, like on Twitch. Actually, I don't know if I'm not sure if I'm just.
You're just
making on Twitch. You've got like
talking crap, but
pretty much the top 3 or 4 games in Twitch is Dota. No, I wouldn't say StarCraft. What's another one of the competitive ones?
League of Legends is always the top.
Yeah, League of Legends.
Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
League of Legends. Always the top of the featured games list.
Yeah.
I think let's have a look. Yeah.
So basically, competitive games.
Oh, Hearthstone as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing League of Legends for like 2 years.
Yeah.
It's because people do like watching it. I think it genuinely is interesting to watch like people work out the problems of a competitive game and fight off against each other to win.
I can't stand Hearthstone.
Yeah, but like, have you ever tried just watching it rather than playing it?
I can watch it to an extent, but then I hit a point in the video where I will see I'll see that thing, like the reason why I don't like Hearthstone in their video, and then they'll make me not want to watch their video anymore. And it's the fact that they're deciding something that they consider to be competitive. I understand brain power and thinking will come into play, but when it comes down to it, it's all fucking random choice.
Yeah, no,
it's
yeah.
whether you get that one card you need, or whether you get a decent card in your hand at the start of the game. If you don't get them, no matter how skilled you are not going to win.
My counter to that would be, if that were the truth, then you wouldn't have people who are constantly at the top. Like you have constant like Strife Pro.
No, as I said, there are skills, but
like,
those skills are bypassed sometimes by the fact that it is.
Oh yeah, well, it's going to be RNG, but that's not like. I think you get that in a lot of games. I think it just kind of gets a bit more brought to the front with Hearthstone.
But with the random card draw, the skill is in building that deck to minimize that. You're minimizing the amount of random. So basically, I suppose you're not really seeing the back end of the side of things of the actual Hearthstone game. The game of the playing of the cards is the deck building as well. So
Yeah, it's not just in playing the game. A lot of it actually is in the deck building. So obviously, if you don't have a good deck, you're not going to have a good game.
I guess that comes down to me not having played the game for as long as most people.
Yeah, that's one of the
I
main
played it,
reasons why
of course. I wouldn't make a judgment on the game without touching on it.
I think that's also where, like, having played card games in the past, like Magic, also helped you, because you already have that skill of building decks, of figuring out which combos work together, and also which ones are like adaptable as well. Like, you get certain combos which you can quickly adapt off the cuff to fill your need.
I mean, then you get like your competitive like wargaming things like Warhammer 40k and that sort of thing. The game itself is down to dice rolls. The strategy is to minimize the risk that you're trying, or even optimize the your chances of getting a good outcome rather than a crap one. But occasionally you're going to get one.
Yeah, it's like I follow that. Yeah, I've been really interested in Warhammer, but I never actually played it when I was younger.
I had a chance. I had Warhammer there for a while. In the
I was
days
actually
before the internet, we were playing major internet. We were playing Magic: The Gathering. We were playing Warhammer 40k. We were doing miniature war games, the whole lot.
Games Workshop.
And
Games
Workshop had a story.
I actually do somewhere have a truckload of Warhammer Lord of the Rings figures tucked away that I hand painted when I was young. So of course they're not going to be very good compared to the amazing artists you'd see painting the actual ones, but they're painted. And I had actually played that quite a few times with my friends. A good time ago now, though. But that's relatable, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taking. Yeah, it is. It's obviously gaming is getting bigger. Like a good few years ago, gaming was frowned upon. If you were a gamer, that would be frowned upon as well. And I think now it's getting to the point where it's
acceptable.
People, it's acceptable, and not only acceptable as a hobby, but acceptable as a career as well.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
I'm actually quite surprised to see gaming talk shows are 6th on Twitch.
All right. Yes, we're fulfilling that niche.
Fulfilling that niche.
Well, we're contributing to the niche, but I don't think we're filling it. That's for sure. But
we will be filling it soon. Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyhow, is there anything else that you guys have thought about, or any recent gaming news that you probably would like to add to the podcast?
I know. Obviously, PT was cancelled. PT, what was it called? Was it? I don't know. What was it actually called? Everyone knows it as PT. I don't even know what it's called.
I don't know.
You know the game where you go around in corridors.
It's called Silent Hill, Vince.
Silent Hill, yes.
PT was a secret name they gave to the project for spoiling Silent Hill's upcoming game.
Yeah, and then they cancelled that for some reason.
Yeah, that was just an upcoming and featured thing. I can't remember what the point behind it was. It was meant to have some sort of hidden codes and messages in the actual gameplay itself, which is what led everyone to find out it was Silent Hill or something, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, right, it stands for Playable Trailer, doesn't it? PT stands for Playable
I think so, yeah. But did they drop that project then entirely for some?
Yep, that entire project's just been scrapped.
Why?
No idea.
PT looked like such a people are going to be really salty about that.
Yeah, I'm really salty about that. I enjoyed Silent Hill Homecoming, and I was looking forward to my the next game.
Yeah, just scrapped for no real reason either. That's another problem. Transparency with games now, game developments, is just getting worse and worse. Like back about a year ago, indie games and all of that would be so interlocked with communities. Like, for example, in Don't Starve, where they had their beta, it was so interlocked with, I always go on about this because I think it was one of the best betas I've ever taken part in, but it was so interlocked with the community that they pretty much helped drive the game. But you really, that was the big thing about a year ago and about a year before that. But now it's kind of cutting off as much, and I think
that
once again,
very, very true, actually.
Yeah, consumers are being separated from developers again.
Yeah, I think the more personal touch you have with the developer. The thing is, though, right, with a huge like game title, that's not just. It's really just not possible. because you don't have one developer. You've got like a team of game developers, and like they're also like they're just like putting full-time work into just developing this like game, like particularly with the AAA title. Like you can't have the personal touch, but with small games that become successful, like Don't Starve, I think it's quite nice you do have the personal touch there with the developer.
One thing actually that I found quite interesting recently, if anyone watches Vanos Gaming, I don't know how they're making the game, but I mean David obviously knows that face. What is it called?
Right.
What is it? Yeah, actually, here's one of the YouTube channels I have a great amount of respect for, to be honest.
Wow, you have respect for YouTube.
What is it called? Dead Realm is their game. And I don't know who's making it, but I think it's actually them themselves are making it.
No.
Okay.
Is it not? Are they
No, there's a development team, and they are actually in charge of the concept of the game. They decide everything the game is going to be, and then they pass what they want it to be over to devs, and they all make it for them. So their only input is on the like actual design of it itself.
So yeah, I mean it's what's it called? The label YouTube fodder was passed around back when
Oh, that's Goat Simulator.
yeah, that's it. Goat Simulator, yeah. And I think there was a competition with anyone who watches Free Clicks Philip, who's a Counter-Strike person. He was taking part, and the specifications, it was a 3-day challenge to make a game, and the specifications were not to make a game that's particularly good, but good for YouTube. And obviously those two things don't necessarily coincide properly, because sometimes a game could be
Well, actually,
bad,
that's quite a good
YouTuber.
that's quite a good point actually. Because if a game is really, really, really good, like you get immersed in it to the point where like YouTube comments, like YouTube content, sorry, it's just not going to work because you're not providing the narrative because you're too busy playing the game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like Five Nights at Freddy's as well. That's a game.
Not,
made for
that's not
YouTube.
good YouTube content. That's really
Flappy
not.
Bird. The most mind-numbing game.
I could really get into Flappy Bird though.
Actually made videos on Flappy Bird, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this.
I can't believe people sent that guy death threats.
Yeah, no.
They sent death threats. What was it for? Was it because he just quit? He quitted,
No,
didn't he?
it was because literally they were sending him death threats because the game was too hard, and then like he's like, okay, I'm getting death threats. I'm not going to develop this game anymore. I'm not going to release it. And then they like people, then people were like, what? You're not developing it, right? I'm going to find you.
Fuck you.
It was weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that game just got so popular. A lot of those games. I mean, that's another reason why they're going towards mobile games as well.
Yeah.
They're not like when you take PC gamers. Like it's only recently we've had Steam refunds as well, which is obviously a good thing because that's pretty much a basic consumer right.
Yep.
But there are just some things which people on mobile and playing mobile games aren't necessarily as how to put it, like they haven't really had the like experiment really. Kind of like we've gone through when gaming was for money, and now we've gone to indie gaming and stuff. And if you get where I'm coming from, it's kind of hard to put into words, but it's the fact that they're a market which can be abused at the moment. I think more than anything, they don't really know much about games. They don't necessarily know about the quality of good games. Like we know now, we know what a good game is. We've seen many amazing games, and if a game is bad,
of games.
I was more thinking like Half-Life.
Yeah.
Something
to
that's
be
considered
fair,
a great work of art.
Minecraft itself, actually, I will say that it represents a community rather than a game itself. It represents how a community can make a game and not necessarily the developers themselves. Obviously, who played vanilla Minecraft properly now? Even the servers, in fact, are modded Minecraft.
Yeah,
True,
or mini games.
Plugins.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, the mini games
All
and stuff.
plugins
They're all
and mini games are
plugins.
not vanilla.
They're not vanilla anymore, are they? It's just
I guess from that respect, yeah, I can see your point with mobile games.
Yeah,
Gamers, mobile gamers. Is it really? I'm still struggling to consider this as an actual category of people. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but like mobile gamers. So people out there that really just like
Yep.
devote that much time.
That does suggest that all they play is solely mobile games.
Yeah.
Or primarily. And I find that hard to believe that anyone would primarily play a mobile game.
I'm really into Snake, guys. I'm really into it.
Well,
I've got 150
I'd say that
Fucking Bejeweled! I love Bejeweled so
Candy
much.
Crush. Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. Oh,
That's it.
no.
Yeah, get with the times, David. It's Candy
Yeah.
Crush.
My mistake.
But
Straight
yeah,
me if you want
there-
back.
we pretty much the whole group of people that they call gamers. It is getting down to a subsection of mobile gamers and everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
that
it
way.
is. Yeah.
'Cause-
When that actually happens, I mean, we can't really criticize them for that. I mean, we get the PC gamers, the console gamers. It's really just like another, I guess, evolution of gaming. So you can get mobile gamers. It is interesting and weird. I don't understand it, but I'm looking forward to seeing more mobile gamers.
Yeah, I think.
and
yeah,
and
as
when you
gamers,
get
we kind
more,
of-
yeah, no, you go ahead.
No, go. You might as well finish.
I was going to say when you get more mobile gamers, people on YouTube, it can be.
well,
I
Yeah.
really am looking forward to seeing a let's
YouTube-
play of Clash of
YouTubers.
Clans. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that is a point actually.
yeah, I
Yeah.
personally haven't watched a stream of Clash of Clans, but it's up there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So how?
I've
Why?
seen video videos of it. The thing is though, with that game, it's like I played so many
580
versions
viewers.
of that kind
Jesus.
of game. I don't see how it'd be
Well,
difficult
Clash
to
of
translate that into a YouTube thing without a lot of heavy editing, because like you're waiting days sometimes for a building to build.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you can say, Vince.
Well, just there was a Clash of Clans, and this person has 577 viewers. So
Clearly, some people watch it.
I don't know why. What is interesting? I would watch it, but it must be message
Just
the
do
audio.
research. This is like,
But-
why?
Are you telling me you don't like watching cities get attacked
Just-
by
just-
8-pixel men?
Then again, I suppose that shows that when it comes to YouTube, it's not about the game. Really, it's about the personality as well. I assume that this guy probably is a likable personality. I can't imagine you could get that otherwise.
We could assume.
Clash.
We could also assume that the viewer base on YouTube aren't as No, I'm not gonna say it.
No, wait, okay, no, never mind. Build up to leave us
Let's
hanging.
not say it.
All that build up.
I'm not build up for nothing.
Were you just about to insult the entire like
I was
audience?
about to insult like the entire community of YouTube.
Yeah.
We probably
It's
have
best
death
not
threats
to
on
do that
our
when this
calls.
video is going up on YouTube.
Yeah.
We probably have death threats through our message box, so I can't be doing that. But then again, publicity is good. Any publicity is good.
Yeah, that's what I kept telling myself. My video.
I mean, look at Britney Spears and Miley Cyrus.
Right.
They're doing pretty fucking well.
So all we have to do is
They
make
know
a
it
channel
was,
for
but
the
they did
YouTube
well.
version of Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, we
Someone
need
already
to-
hasn't Rebecca Black already done that though with YouTube. I don't think we
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Can't really do that. It's been done.
Well.
But yeah, as gamers, I think we've dug ourselves a hole when it comes to AAA industries because we're becoming a riskier and riskier audience to make games for. Essentially, we were a very
We get the same games now over and over again, just so we won't bitch about it.
Yeah, like
That's one of the main reasons why Half-Life 3 is not being made.
yeah,
that
that
is-
is
that is
that's
why
the
Half-Life
reason they
released
isn't
it.
it? Yeah.
It's got such a hype behind it. If they released anything that was anything below perfect, holy shit, the storm that would follow after
Yeah.
the
I mean,
9-year
goddamn,
wait
the-
would
the-
be tremendous.
I still think it
Cliffhanger at
doesn't
the end
make
of
sense.
episode 2 of Half-Life 2. It's like, what the hell? We've been waiting for the rest of this story for
the thing
years.
is, yeah.
And if you haven't played that game by now,
The
do
worst
it.
part is, it wasn't like, yeah. The story was there. It was obvious what was going to happen. Like, it's not like it was left to the imagination. You get in the helicopter and you go up and find to the Arctic, I think, and find the Borealis. That was the story. Everyone knew what it was going to be. But why they never released it was just, I don't
I
know.
don't understand why it doesn't make any sense from a business point of view. Because regardless of whether people do or don't like it, at the end of the day, there's such a hype about it that people will buy that game when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense from a
needs to make
monetary
sense.
point of view for them not to release it. I think literally, but then I guess that's a nice example of them maybe not taking money into account. But I still think it's kind of screwing people over because people really
Actually, they were taking money into account.
Well, yeah, but how? That doesn't make any sense.
The purpose behind it was that Steam at the moment was making a lot of money as it is. Steam is making them a lot of money. Dota is making them a lot of money. And
Counter-Strike.
Xbox is making them a lot of money. Counter-Strike is
Oh, yeah.
making a lot of money.
Yeah.
They have a lot of income revenue already. and they don't want to jeopardize the chance of that income lowering by releasing a game that could give them bad publicity.
Well, as
Because bad publicity comes
the point made on the live stream is Duke Nukem Forever. Because how bad that flop
Yeah,
was.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
I heard that you could, if you play through the game, you can literally.
The 13 repeated quotes throughout the entire fucking game drove me insane. It was
You could play the game and it would go through like the stages that FPS shooters like. You start off and it would play like Half-Life, and about halfway through it would play like Call of Duty, and then it would play like Gears of War, and then over this entire time it would get darker and more grey as well, because that's the way that FPS has gone. Everything's just grey now. So you can actually just see, like, it's basically like a history lesson of FPS shooters over like 7 years. Which, yeah, I don't understand why they never just bothered releasing it first of all.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the delays kind of.
I mean,
really done it
even
over
if they just use the same friggin' engine they've been using for Half-Life 2 and just continue the goddamn story. Who cares about, like, trying to make the next new big thing, or even just slightly touch it up. Continue the goddamn story, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean, the gameplay and story is what attracts people to those games.
Passionate.
It was definitely, well, I mean, yeah, Black Mesa, obviously being released on the original Half-Life, and Opposing Force by a different studio as well, all getting HD re-releases, which I might say are sheer amazing, really. Replaying Black Mesa after playing the original Half-Life it was so cool. It was such a great game. I don't know, maybe they'll pass it on to a different company, but everyone sees what happened when it passes on to a different company.
No, they won't.
They won't. They're not going to hand over.
If they were going to release it, they would release it themselves.
The issue is, like I said, they're not going to. If they don't want to destroy it, they're not going to leave it down to someone else to destroy it, because it's still going to bruise their name if they say,
right,
what the fuck, you ruined our game for us. You handed it over to someone.
Not only did you not release it yourself, but now you've just gone and pawned it off to this third-party company that's messed up for us.
The thing is, technically speaking, they haven't actually made a game since Portal 2. Which I think was a good number of years. They don't need to make
games anymore. What are you on about? They don't need to make games.
Well, I mean, because Counter-Strike...
They get money off every other game.
Is a different company. And, yeah, last game they actually officially made by themselves was, 2011.
Isn't it something... They do take something like a ridiculous amount of cut, though, don't they? They take, like, 50% of the cut of every Steam sale goes to Steam.
Yeah.
That's why it's so difficult to launch a game on Steam, because, like, they don't get much revenue for it.
I think it's either 30% or 50%.
It's something big. Even 30%, that's still almost a third of the revenue. Yeah.
But considering you'd probably like give that sort of like income to, like, say, a publisher, make boxes, make discs. Well,
I mean, at the end of the day, the revenue slices is the reason why you get companies like Ubisoft making Uplay. Or EA making Origin, because they don't want to pay Steam.
Oh, don't talk to me about fucking EA and Origin. That's a piece of crap.
Oh god.
They are the worst things ever made, aren't they? They're just horrific.
Uplay as well. Oh, so much beef with Uplay.
It's like I remember it got to the point where people were recommending that I get was it Titanfall the game or no, was it? No, yeah, it might have been. Anyway, I can't remember. Someone was recommending I get this game. I was like, yeah, it sounds really good. It sounds really good. Like, yeah, it's on Origin. It's like, no, I'm not interested. Like, I'm not going to go through the hassle of dealing with Origin, even to play a game that previously, about 2 seconds ago, sounded like one of the best games on Earth. Yeah, because it's such a hassle.
Pretty much about Origin. I mean, admittedly, I enjoyed the SimCity reboot they did. However, now I can't play it anymore because fucking Origin won't decide to, like, load up. I need Origin to play SimCity.
Yeah,
that's. I'll probably end up like buying City Skylines at this rate because I can't, like, figure out the problem I've got with Origin.
City Skylines is pretty much the way to go if you want to play SimCity without the hassle of Origin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, City Skylines actually. That's they're getting.
That was a hugely successful game.
They're getting nighttime now.
Oh really?
The entire game has been like one huge daytime, and now they're getting night.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Look it up. I looked up gaming news like yesterday, and I saw it, and one of the biggest things was city skylines, nighttime. And I was like,
If you think about it, it's a whole 12 hours they've been missing.
it's bad. That is definitely true. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a whole 12 hours of that game. Technically speaking, it has.
If you
100%
translate it
content.
into like the amount of game time people would play, then they'd have like twice the amount of game time of people playing it, because you can't put people playing in the night mode. Only it worked like that.
Wow. Yeah, I think that might be the next one I'm gonna pick up. I think just to get my city building fix. 'Cause I can't play SimCity anymore, which is disappointing. Because I like that game.
I played a little bit of SimCity 5. I must admit, I spent way too much money on that game for a game that I've played for like 2 minutes. But I do like the SimCity games. I just I can't deal with Origin. It's just Origin. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like for the longest time I had really bad internet. And if you've got bad internet, Steam is still manageable, but Origin isn't at all. Like half the time I would download a game and it wouldn't play because like it was just like I don't know. It was just terrible.
So, yeah.
Alrighty then, we're nearing the 2-hour mark, so let's clean up. And yeah, wow, 1 hour and 53 minutes.
The temptation
Something
to
like
kick Gandalf was really high. You said clean up, and I thought just get rid.
Just
Get rid of them. We need to clean up.
Bring in the
Make
cleaners.
this Skype call a safer, cleaner place.
So I take it we don't want to leave this podcast on the same note we left the last one on, right?
What's that?
Arnold
Oh
Schwarzenegger.
We know
no, we
this is
definitely
hard.
don't. No.
Done.
We'll spare them.
Arnie, sign us off.
So,
It's so hard to do when there's a camera pointed at you. Man, this is the end of the fucking podcast. Why are you still watching this shit?
That was literally the end of the video.
That was how we end our podcast.
That's the end.
Well, everybody
end. A
that's
terrible
watching
end.
the podcast on my channel, that's being rebroadcast on my particular channel, that's youtube.com/Raetac Rages. These fools can be found at what's your channel name again?
YouTube.com/GreatFishYT.
That's right.
That's it.
And I suppose from me and them, I suppose it's a good time to say good night, or good day, or good afternoon.
Or good evening.
Or good morning.
Good evening.
Who knows?
One of those.